Are you dealing with unpaid parking fines and being hounded by ZZPS debt collection? In this video, we'll discuss who ZZPS are, their legitimacy, and what powers they have. Getting a parking fine can be one of the most frustrating things, especially when you're not aware of having parked in the wrong place or overstaying your welcome. You may feel stressed when you receive a letter that's usually at least vaguely threatening. But you don't have to worry. Let's start with the basics. Who are ZZPS? ZZPS is a debt collection agency based in London that operates throughout the UK. Their focus is solely on unpaid parking charges, so they don't purchase other types of debt and they don't issue parking tickets themselves. They work on behalf of parking companies and will take a fee if they are successful, so it's in their interest to hound people to pay. If ZZPS is contacting you, it's likely that you have an unpaid parking fine with another company. They will provide details of where and when the fine originated, as well as how much you owe. Often, these companies use vague or obvious threats of legal action if you don't pay. Now the big question, are they legitimate? Yes, ZZPS Limited is a private company incorporated in November 2011. They are also approved by the British Parking Association. However, don't pay unless you are sure that the debt is yours. Ask ZZPS to prove you owe the debt and push them to provide evidence that the debt is actually yours. You may be wondering, are ZZPS debt collection the same as bailiffs? No. There are some key differences. Firstly, ZZPS is not a bailiff, so their powers are limited. Debt collection agencies have no greater powers than the company that issued the original fine, and they're not allowed to pretend otherwise. Bailiffs, also known as enforcement agents, can come to your home and seize your belongings to cover the cost of your debt. Debt collectors can't. Debt collection agencies can visit your home, but they have no right to enter your property. Now, you may be concerned about your credit score. Having ZZPS debt collection chasing you for money may impact your credit rating, but they have no power here either, at least not initially. For a debt collection agency to impact your credit score, they must first send you a letter before county court action. Until that stage, ZZPS cannot impact your credit file. You may be wondering about them increasing your debt. They may try to add additional recovery costs to your debt, but there are rules around how much they can increase it by. However, sometimes they may settle for less than the original amount. If you contact ZZPS, they may accept a lower level of payment than the original demand. Now, how should you deal with ZZPS debt collection? Firstly, you may want to pay what you owe if you think you were in the wrong when it comes to the parking fine. This is often the quickest way to settle the matter and stop the debt collection company from chasing you for more money. If they've added fees, you might want to dispute these and agree to pay the original amount instead. You can appeal to the parking company. ZZPS likely won't listen to any appeals when it comes to parking fines, but the original parking company might. You can contact them and provide specific information about your case and why the fee should be waived. Of course, they're not obligated to cancel your parking fine, but they might call off ZZPS from chasing you. If you've received your parking fine while parking in a retailer's car park, you might want to contact them to discuss the matter. They might be willing to contact the parking company on your behalf and get them to drop the charge. Again, there's no obligation for them to do so, but if you're a regular customer, they might. Dealing with ZZPS debt collection for parking fines is a frustrating experience. However, it's important to deal with it appropriately to avoid further enforcement action. Remember that ZZPS has limited powers and can't enter your home or take your belongings. And remember that you can always try to appeal to the original parking provider. If you want to make sure your appeal is as strong as possible, then one popular option is to consult a solicitor. There's many online solicitors that work out cheaper and easier than meeting in person. Just Answer, for example, only costs £5 for a trial. I know a guy who saved £271 on his ticket using their service. I've linked that offer in the description, and if you use that, you'll also be supporting MoneyNerd, so thank you.